President Maduro announced he was giving Todd Robinson and Brian Naranjo 48 hours to leave the country. He said that they had been conspiring both economically, politically, and indeed militarily against Venezuela. Now, he didn't give any further details of that. He said that he'd asked his Vice President, Tarek al-Aissami, to prepare the dossier so that he and Tarek al-Aissami, the Vice President, could give those to the public in the coming days. What we can say, I think, is that Todd Robinson, at least, has certainly been playing quite an active role in the run-up to the election. He was very prominent in his interventions around the protest by prisoners at the Helicoid detention center last week, supposedly because he was defending a U.S. citizen there. That, of course, was his grounds for doing that. But, of course, the whole business of that protest was described by many on the Chavista side as something of a put-up job to try and disturb the atmosphere ahead of the election. He's also been seen at various public events held by political figures, political parties, apparently quite political events. So that's what we know publicly. We don't, of course, know what's been going on, if anything, behind the scenes, but the President tells us we will learn about that in the coming days.
Now this adds fuel to the fire for the U.S. to maybe even impose more sanctions against Venezuela, doesn't it?
That's possible. I mean, they've already got quite significant, they already had very significant financial sanctions on Venezuela, which have certainly had an impact. On Monday, of course, they announced, President Trump signed an executive order introducing more sanctions, preventing U.S. citizens and entities based in the United States from buying debt or what are called account receivables, other kinds of assets that Venezuela might want to sell in order to raise money. So the financial stranglehold by the U.S. on Venezuela is already quite significant. Whether they want to go any further than that, and I should say that's already having an impact on the oil industry, which is clear.